And I'm just going to...
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. I hope everyone's having a good day.
We're getting some yeses from Lynn, from Mark, from Keith. This is Jeff and Val.
Great.
Val is also here with us today. All three here. Good screen. Doug Cameron says loud and clear. Fritz from Wes.
Hey guys.
Doug's got Camtasia running as a backup.
Yeah, I'm doing the Camtasia thing. So it's I got 1 minute to 2 o'clock, and if everybody's hearing me, this is going to be probably 75% answering questions. So this is the last webinar in our series of 3. So I'm trying to answer any questions at all about anything, and I'll stay as long as I need to get any questions from you guys done and answered. Just anything and everything. So,
Fritz, I've got a question I want to ask everybody who's already here while we're waiting for
okay.
the people come on, and that is, who here has taken action, has done something to go out and generate money using this methodology, and who has actually gone out and gotten a client and started generating money? If you've done either of those, if you've taken action but don't have a client, or you've taken action and gotten a client, step up and tell us what you've accomplished. And if you haven't done either of those, I don't see anybody sticking their hand up yet, then you need to go out and take action, because the methodology, the proof of what you can be accomplished here is right there in your membership. And everybody Fritz is going to talk, he's going to show you something about real estate to start, and then he'll pull up his question screen and answer all the questions that Val or I can't answer in the shadows.
Yes, I certainly will. I'll pull those questions up. So it's 1 minute after, so I guess we will get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the recording going, so everything's good to go. You know, these 12 niches are very good. They're easiest ones to generate to get leads in, but there are many other niches out there that this technique and strategy will work in. And these are just the easiest and the fastest way to get a lot of calls. But in some niches, you don't need 50 calls a month. I've worked with bigger companies, and they're not looking. They're just looking for more quality calls. So I wanted everyone out there to know that once you learn what you're doing with all these techniques and strategies, a big company will work with you, they'll hire you, or they'll just use you on certain projects. So these are some of the companies that I've worked with for either lead gen or sites, or Rich Dad Poor Dad was for reputation management. I'm still working with that. So if you know what you're doing and you get really confident, you can approach these companies and they'll use you. So I'm going to just take 5 or 10 minutes and go over this real estate plugin because I had quite a few people that were very interested, so I just wanted to spend a little bit of time. It is a real estate. It is a WordPress plugin, specially designed for search, and it's the best one that that I've ever seen out there. It really does everything. It's got a search widget. It's got interactive map. Integrates with all MLSs in the country. It's got SEO optimized. You can get different levels for brokers, and it's all WordPress. You can have listing pages and widgets. You can have enhanced property details. Automatically gives you IDX search on a mobile format. It's got a specific IDX search for Facebook. So anything and everything that a realtor could ever want, and probably paying close to $200 a month for any of this stuff, and almost all of them are not WordPress based. It's really a great deal. So then you can just build your own WordPress site, put a WordPress install the plugin. It's got a back-end administration office, and you have to be a licensed realtor in your city, and they have to be a member of their MLS before they'll even sell the plugin to you. So there is here are just some of the fees that are associated with it, so everybody knows what they're getting into. There is a setup fee because it's quite extensive setting it up. They give you the paperwork, and they guarantee that the realtor will get authorized by their MLS board. The searches are updated, every day, so they do charge a monthly fee for that to use the plugin and all the updates. And I'm going to integrate it with an autoresponder for the automated follow-up for the realtors. The realtors are, generally speaking, a little bit lazy. They don't like to follow up on all the leads, because internet leads for a realtor are, they can get at least 10 a day. If not more, because people are just going to click on an ad, pay-per-click organic, go to a site, fill the form out for searching homes in their area, and there is a pop-up form after they do one search or two, and to continue searching, they will fill the form out. And from that point on, they are tracked in the back end of the plugin, and they're also tracked in an autoresponder with automatic email follow-ups. And there really isn't, there's really only one system like this out there, and it's not WordPress based. It's actually here in Charleston, and they have their own code, and they get between $1,000 and $1,500 a month just to sign up, plus the pay-per-click fees, which they make money on that also. They use nothing but pay-per-click. One realtor per city. They've got, last I heard, 600 clients, and I think they're in the top 50 fastest growing technology companies in the country right now. And their offices are sitting about 5 minutes from where I'm sitting. So I've verified all this. The claim to fame is that the follow-up of the back end of all these people searching for their home is why their realtors close approximately 3% of all the form submissions, as opposed to 1% without follow-up. So that's the reason it works. They go into a city and they just, go after the top 2 or 3 brokers in the city, and they just play them against each other until they get the most money they can. So they've been doing this for 5 years, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. So I told myself if I ever found a system that could compete with their technology, it would be a winner, because you could just either take some of their clients or just go to the realtor right under that realtor in their city and charge probably less than half of what they charge, and make a bundle. You can do it exclusive like they do it, or you could sell it to a few different realtors. Anyway, that's pretty much what it is, and I'll show you the screenshot again of one of the sites. Here's one of them. This is using the Nexus theme that I've helped develop, and the layout is based on the absolute top layout to get the most forms filled out, which is a large image with pretty much nothing else on the page except a search widget or an opt-in form. This is the search widget that comes with it. Along with the plugin, there are other backgrounds. This is another example, which is a really neat background image for opt-ins. Supposedly, this gets 40 to 80% opt-ins. The reason: there's nothing else you can do on this page except either fill the form out or click off the page. And this particular background image is interactive, so that every time somebody lands on your page, the plugin automatically records your IP address and places a little button where you are. So it makes the people coming onto your page think that, and it's true, that you have a lot of people coming here, and people just look for their place where they live. It's a pretty neat little trick, and they claim that this really helps the opt-ins. So I'm going to start implementing this on more of my sites where I just want a form filled out, like the client getting sites that I use to get clients from email. I'm just going to go straight to this layout. I'm not going to really have any header or anything. It's just going to be, here's what I'm giving away. If you want it, log in. And that's, people, when they do squeeze pages and layout pages, they always want it beautiful and to look good, and this is it. I mean, it just gets, this is about as high as the opt-in as you're going to get with this plugin. So that's the little overview of the plugin. And I'm sure if anybody is interested, the 2 ways you can make money with this is either from lead gen, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up the site for a reasonable fee. The realtor pays all these setup fees, and then I'll just generate leads with pay-per-click. They'll go to the login page, fill the form out, search. We'll grab their contact information, and that's a lead. And realtors, will pay approximately $10 a lead. So you can, if you're in the right city, you can get some very low rates for pay-per-click with real estate. So they won't buy, of course, right away, and that's why the follow-up is absolutely 100% necessary for realtors to close home loans. So any system without the follow-up is not going to work that well, which is about 99% of all real estate systems out there. There just isn't any follow-up. So that's the real estate plugin.
That seems to be a good way to add value to real estate agents, to show them how to do proper follow-up with their clients.
Well, yeah. We're just going to do it for them. We'll have about 40 different emails in the autoresponder for their particular city, and they'll just be in the city, and it'll all be set up for them.
So the autoresponders are already done.
Yeah, they're going to.
Oh, I missed that part.
They're going to be already done. The plugin does everything else. The plugin tracks also. It sets up the searches, the featured listings. The clients will have their own search system inside the plugin. The only thing it doesn't have is autoresponder, and and none of them do. I think there's 3 WordPress real estate plugins out there, and none of them have autoresponder associated with it. So that's what it's going to have, and that is really the trick for the realtors. And that's why they'll close loans, because they'll track their searches, ongoing through WordPress plugin forever. You'll get notified when they come back, and the autoresponder will go as long as you tell it to go. So yeah, just an update. I'm going to have all the templates for the 12 niches done by the end of today. They'll be uploaded into a zip file, and you'll be able to go, well, to be safe, tomorrow morning, go to the 12 niche area silver platter and download 12 different niches that I have on URLs and created in there. That will be done by tomorrow morning, and then you'll have to just unzip them and load them on your own domain, on your own hosting. But there's a lot of good stuff in there. We put a lot of time into it, a lot of energy with better graphics and colors, and but we'll continually be able to make them better, including this interactive map background image, which I'm going to start testing on some of my sites to see if it actually does produce more opt-ins. Let's see. And that is it. The rest of it is stuff I've already gone over, and last week with all the steps. So I guess we can get to some questions. See if I can bring them out here. Questions. Taser running. Yes, webinars are recorded. The real estate lead gen course, I'm not sure when that's going to be ready. At least a month, I would think. And yeah, the 12 themes will be in there by tomorrow morning. And you'll be able to download the zip files. It'll be the complete website with exactly the way I have them set up, with all the images, colors. Of course, they'll all be using that Nexus theme that is in the site. You have an echo. What is the plugin?
I just want to say, Rich, you might want to just tell everybody the status of, in terms of the images that are coming with the site. I don't believe you have the license
No.
to everybody. Images, correct?
Correct.
To replace
Right. Right. Most of those images you will have to replace them with your own image. My developer created some of them, but most of them you'll have to replace them because they're very generic right now. They're not mine. They're just generic to show you the color schemes, the words. You'll have to, download some of them, and then of course change the phone numbers and everything anyway. So you might as well just change. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you need to have some kind of differentiation in your own theme as well. You don't want it to be exactly like someone else's.
Yeah, the image you'll see in the middle header widget is mine. I created that, so you can use that one about the reviews and 5 stars. You can use that one, and of course the phone number will be your phone number. The logos you'll all have to change. The videos, you can get your own videos. We've got included a slider in the locksmith marketing one. It's called a wow slider. It's a really neat slider that you can see how that was set up if you don't want to use a video in there. And also in all these themes, it has an import-export option where you can go into any of these themes and click on export the settings, and you copy and paste that code, and as long as you're using a Nexus theme, you can just paste that code right into another Nexus theme, and all the settings automatically show up, which is a real neat feature. Is the real estate plugin your gig? Yes, it is. I have a special arrangement that I'll be doing, selling it and training it. I think it's better this way because it's not the easiest WordPress plugin you'll ever install. It's very complicated because it does so much, but it's like everything else. You do it once and it works. I mean, remember, this plugin integrates with every single MLS search in your entire market. It not only integrates with it, it updates it, every day and sends the client new listings and new updates. So it's pretty awesome. Plus it's syndicated, so it'll send all the realtor's featured listings to syndication places like Google Homes and Realtor.com and stuff like that. So is there a link for the real estate plugin? No, but I'll be probably sending that to you next week. How do you monetize a realtor plugin? I would say 2 ways. You either do it for lead gen, or you just build a really high-end site for a realtor. I mean, there are other companies, quite a few companies that will integrate an MLS for a realtor, but there won't be any follow-up, and it won't be on WordPress. So you can go on there and wow them with that. I mean, you could just go in and sell the site to a realtor. They all need search, and so you could just build this and say this is one of the few sites that's going to be on WordPress. It's got MLS, it's got tracking, it's got autoresponder. It's going to have more things than anything else out there. So you could either just sell, a site to a realtor. You could charge them monthly for the software if you like, just like this other company. When I show you, let me show you. Well, I don't have the pricing, but they get a lot. They just get $1,500 right out the bat, just to use it, and they don't even bat an eye. So, and I'll show you more about the company and everything once we get into it. I'm going to actually do a comparison from their pricing and what they charge and their software, and compare this system to their system. It's going to be a great comparison, so that when you go talk to a realtor, if you talk to most realtors and you mention Boomtown ROI, Boomtown technology, 80% of every realtor in the country's heard of them. They just can't afford them. They cannot afford to pay them what they charge, and they've still sold over 600. So that's kind of why I put this together. Let's see, logging in the website, real estate planning sites, mobile ready. Yes, sites are mobile ready. They actually have a separate IDX plugin for it, but you don't need it because the theme that I'm using, the Nexus theme, is totally converts that landing page and widget for mobile, so you don't need it. Let's see. What's it going to cost? 800 number. If you pay for each one. Can you explain about 800 numbers if you have multiple clients? 800 numbers. I never use 800 numbers except on my.
Somebody's having fun.
Yeah, it's my wiener dog and her toy. Quit that, Charlie. Yeah, I only have one 800 number. I use it when I get clients. When they land on the client getting page, they can call me with 800 number. But for phone call getting sites, I always use the local number of the city, and in pay-per-click also. So I only have one 800 number, and all the rest are local. And does it work with any autoresponder? Well, we're trying to make it work with every autoresponder, and that's our goal, to make it work with every autoresponder. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. I missed the first few minutes. It's not available now. Probably 3 to 4 weeks. Want to offer niche marketing machine to crowd for market ideas. Client wants to machine to crowd for marketing ideas for membership. Oh, okay. Offer niche marketing machine. Okay. Yellow page scraper. Now, I put a yellow bot scraper in there, and it's a little tricky how to install it, but so I guess I better put some instructions in where the yellow page scraper is, how to use it. The first one I put in there kind of got spammed too much, so I had to take it down. But this yellow bot one works almost as good. Use of examples as you're taking. Gotten late. Seller marketing system and business automation. Yeah, seller marketing system and business automation to realtors. Between what you would charge for realtor versus Boomtown, approximately what you would charge. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find their.
Can you repeat the question out loud, because not everybody can see the question.
Go over the approximate difference from what you charge the realtor versus Boomtown, and approximately what you charge. I would charge the realtor probably $500 to set up. I think they get $1,500, and the month. I mean, it all depends. I mean, you could get $500 a month to use the software, and then not make much on the pay-per-click on the back end if you want to generate leads for them, or which is probably what I would do. I would charge less up front and try to generate more leads and make 20 or 30% off the pay-per-click money. If they spend $1,000 a month on pay-per-click, you could probably make $300 or $400 out of that profit and just use $500 or $600 for pay-per-click. That'll be part of the course also. There's a special techniques for getting real estate leads and getting them to fill the form out, which it's really easy to get leads for realtors. They just don't close because there's without follow-up. And so, that's why I had to wait till the follow-up works. So that's probably what I would charge. $500 setup, $500 a month, plus their pay-per-click cost, something like that. And that's about 30 to 40% of what Boomtown charges. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a whole comparison. I'm going to have everything Boomtown does over here on one side, and the other side's going to be, my real estate system, and I'm just going to send that out to realtors in cities. And because Boomtown has already completely branded the system. I mean, they have about 70 employees, I think now, 70 or 80 last I heard, and probably about 25 telemarketers calling all over the country. They've been doing this for 5 years. So, and they're just right down the street from where I'm sitting. So, the yellow bot does not display the company name. Yep. Well, you're really just looking for emails when you're scraping. That's what I'm looking for. And if it'll get 20% emails, you're in business. For realtors, have you tried flat weekly fee? No, I haven't tried a flat weekly fee. But that would work. They just want leads. But the way you're going to sell them and close them is with the follow-up system. I mean, you don't have to tell them they're lazy, but it just say without the follow-up, you're not going to close as many loans, and you have to have the follow-up. So this couldn't come in a better time for me. I close mortgage loans and have connections with both loan officers and brokers. Dynamite product. Yeah, it is. As a matter of fact, I am going to Boomtown sells their leads to mortgage brokers. That's another how I found out about this. I went to a B&I meeting and met a mortgage broker, and we started talking, and of course, drinking beer. And he said that last year he bought 17% of the leads that came in to the realtor that has the license for Charleston. He bought 17% of the leads as a mortgage broker, probably from the realtor, I guess. And he said that turned out to be about $35,000 that he in profit that he closed from those loans from 17% of the leads. So there's a good example. When I heard that, and he said he would buy more if he could just afford them. So they just take their leads and not only give them to realtors, but they sell them. They break them up to like 4 or 5 different mortgage brokers. And the mortgage brokers would pay, I don't know, probably at least $25 to $30, for a lead. So actually, the site that I showed you before, there's going to be a mortgage broker in there. He's going to have his own page, and then him and the realtor are going to just take care of those leads. I mean, she's going. Actually, the mortgage broker is going to pay for the pay-per-click to start with, and in the real estate, so they're just going to shuffle deals back and forth besides the direct leads they get. So I do not have the page on there for him yet. I've been too busy. Would you pay mortgage broker? I figured we'd have a lot of questions about that. Let's see. What pages? Scraper instructions. Multiple. Okay. Jeff, any other questions you see I need to answer?
I don't see any.
Okay. I am.
Actually, I saw somebody was asking, was this good for Canadians?
I
think he's probably talking about the real estate.
Yeah. I don't know how their MLS system works up there.
The answer right now is no.
Yeah, answer is no. I don't know what they do up there. I just know in this country, the local MLS system, pretty much controls everything. And that's a whole nother aspect of this is it took me a couple weeks to get my client approved for it. But once you, like everything else, you do it once, they approve it. So not all these plugins will be approved by your MLS. This one will. Actually, yeah, not every state, but I'm thinking about 75% of the cities are approved for it, which is a good thing.
Looks like you got some new questions starting with Gordon. He's the fourth one up.
Let's see here. Yeah. A CRM back-end system. Well, so you still have to pay for their IDX and their monthly fee too. If you're a realtor, most MLSs will charge you a little bit per month. I think it's like $8 to $10. It isn't that much. And then you'll have the monthly for the plug-in also. You're right. And yeah, you're right about a CRM. Now, Lead Outcome is the best autoresponder program I've seen because it has a CRM in the back end and it's autoresponders on steroids, just like you said. Beta test. Yeah, beta test the plugin. Man, there's no way I can beta test it for free. You'd still have to set it up in your city and pay, the monthly fee to get it started. So yeah, the Yellowbot emails you can upload into the Lead Outcome system. Phone number's working. pay-per-call method. Could I ask what you charge a lawyer and a vet for leads? The lawyer depends on what kind of lawyer. A personal injury lawyer, you might charge them $150 for a lead. Just like a real estate lawyer, you might only get $50 per lead for a real estate lawyer. And it really depends the kind of lawyer. DUI lawyer, you could probably get $75 for a DUI lawyer. So it depends on the type of lawyer. A vet, probably $25 for a vet. Explain how phone numbers work in pay-per-call method. Phone numbers are just a tracking number that you buy in any place out there. The going rate for a phone number is $1. There are higher fees, but Call Fire charges $1. Lead Tracker Jack charges, I think it's $3 a month. So you just buy a local phone number and make sure it can be forwarded to your client's phone number, and that every call that comes in is recorded. And that's all you're using the number for. Of course, you use it in all ads. You put it in your pay-per-click ad, and you just pay by the month. If you don't want to use it, you just stop paying for it. Have you tried this system for life insurance agents? No, not tried it for life insurance agents. My wife is health insurance and P&C, so it works for those two, but not really life insurance agents. I have not. Are clients happy to deal with you if you're not an LLC? Yeah, I think you don't have to become an LLC to impress a client. It's really about your attitude and how confident you are that you're going to get them results. The more confident you are when you talk to a client, the easier it'll be. You can't go in there saying, I think I can get you phone calls. You have to go into a client and say, would you like to double the amount of new clients you're going to get next month? If so, I may have some information you'd like to hear. And you have to be confident enough to know that you can do that. You can't do it in every niche, but some of those niches you can. You can go right in and say, of course you have to use the right city and the right niche, which is on the sheet, and then you can just go in and say you're pretty much going to double their business for new clients. And that's what they want to hear. What was that CRM you said? That was so great. I said lead outcome is, it's called leadoutcome.com, and it's autoresponder and CRM. They give you a free 30-day trial. It's what I use, and it works out really well. I'm probably just going to use it to integrate it with the real estate plugin. Does Lead Tracker Jack work with this? Yes, it does. Lead Tracker Jack. Who's in it? Yeah, lead outcome. It takes a few days to learn it, but there's I don't know how many training videos are back there now. Probably at least 10 or 12 training videos in the back. And once you learn it, it's easy to use, and I believe it'll get you a really good open rate. getting clients. I'm going to personally start emailing from there heavily in all the niches to try to get a bunch of new clients. So I will keep you informed of new emails that work better. Got into the website again to get my last day. Am I connected with lead tracker Jack? I know Jack well, and I will probably be on his webinar tonight. So we'll see what he's got to talk about. Mortgage insurance, big for some. Yeah, mortgage insurance is. I mean, if you find a city that real estate is kind of hot right now, then it's not only realtors, but the mortgage industry make a lot more money. Mortgage insurance, real estate, attorneys do very well. So those are all good niches that you'll get into by just getting one realtor set up and generating leads for them. I'm a health owner. What does your wife do to get leads with you? She uses AdWords lead gen sites in the state here. Fill the form out, opt in, free quote for health insurance, free car insurance quote. Same old lead gen strategy. How does lead outcome compare to get response? Well, I have lead outcome and get response. I haven't used get response that much yet, but I'm going to start using get response, and I'm going to compare it to lead outcome. I think get response is a little cheaper per month, so I don't know the answer how it compares, but I'm going to know. I have all my leads in both actually right now, lead outcome and get response. So easy ways to get real estate, like opt into site to get list REOs, foreclosures, certain properties, run MLS and back office. Low data, exactly. The plugins, but there are easier ways to get real estate leads, like opt in on site to get list of REOs, foreclosures, deserted properties, run MLS and back office. Yeah, I don't know any other way to get real estate leads than doing pay-per-click. I remember 5 years ago when these two guys out of college started up Boomtown. I met them, and they were in some shack in Charleston here, and they basically told me we're developing this software, and we're going to sell this to realtors all over the country, and we're going to do pay-per-click. And at the time, I really wasn't doing pay-per-click as much as now, so I was in SEO, and I just kind of laughed at them. But now they are just gangbusters in 5 years using this exact system, and they won't do anything else than pay-per-click. I know it costs money, but it works. The leads are definitely higher quality using Google AdWords. Craigslist is another way to get leads, but I've been told that the leads are less quality coming from Craigslist in most niches. So whatever way you can get leads the cheapest is the best way. Is there a way to get lead outcome premium for 39? As you said, I do not know about the cost for lead outcome. It has gone up, but it really is a top-notch system. You just have to look at all the tools and use the tools that's in there to make money. And you just have to give it a couple days, do nothing but go into lead outcome and find out everything there. And just start emailing out from there. You'll get a response. Ever use import aka Office Autopilot? Have not used Office Autopilot. I've heard of it. And I'm not sure everything Office Auto
Pretty expensive.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive, and there's a pretty big learning curve.
Yeah, I'll give you some feedback.
Okay.
I've switched over completely now to Lead Outcome. You're not going to find anything with the set of features that Lead Outcome has for that price. It's well worth the $60. I mean, Office Autopilot's close to $300 a month. You know, Get Response, MailChimp, eye contact, constant contact, all these different types of autoresponders, they're all opt-in. There's no way you can load your leads in there, so it's not going to be of any value to you in your marketing.
No.
So you can forget all of those for lead generation marketing. You know, it's got a great price, and it's got a lot of features. If you go to Lead Outcome, I don't know if you want to pull up the site Fritz, but there is a place actually on the site where you can look at, it will compare, it shows you a comparison in terms of the email features, but Lead Outcome also has an opt-in wizard. It's about to have a landing page wizard. It features some marketing sites and marketing packages. We're working with Steve Rosenbaum. Steve is in the process of writing and launching autoresponder series for Lead Outcome for offline marketing. And there's just a lot happening with Lead Outcome that you're never going to see on any of these other platforms. So I highly recommend it. It's what I use for marketing. The deliverability is tops. It's up in the 96, 97% range. Technology's been around for 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, do you know, I don't know if everybody on the call's heard about that new, well, or seen it, if you have Gmail, how they're sending all promotional emails into the promotional email box. Do you know, is Lead Outcome getting around that?
You know, I don't know because it's so new. I know it's happened. I mean, my own setup, you know, I've got promotions, and quite frankly, I'm kind of like everybody else, right? I've dragged all the promotional emails into that folder so I can, it separates them out.
Yeah, I mean, I look at my promotional folder just as much as I look at the regular folder anyway, so.
Yeah, I do too, but it's kind of nice to sort of separate them because you know, so you can focus them. But I don't know specific. I don't know. It's so new to me. I don't know the answer to that question.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
I
Because
suspect
I know like Get Response and Aweber both go into the promotional email box, but like Infusionsoft goes into the regular email box. But not everybody's on Gmail either. But it's getting more and more popular.
Right. Well, it may you know, any number of these things may start out in the primary email box, but all it takes is one drag, and then they're moved permanently.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, she says it's triggered by autoresponders. This last question.
Well, it's triggered by IP addresses. So even if you're on a shared IP address where somebody's considered a spammer, you still might not get delivered into the main email box, even if you have your own server and your own autoresponder system. So it really, I mean, Aweber and GetResponse automatically go in there just because they know that what they're used for. They know it's a promotional email. They don't do anything else but that. So, but so far, again, I've seen in my email box people from Infusionsoft, but I'm not on anybody's list from Lead Outcome, so I don't know.
Yeah, that would.
Mike is also saying if it has an unsubscribe link, it will go into promotional, which all of them have to have. Although I have gotten occasionally emails from marketers that I could not find an unsubscribe link on.
Yeah, that's interesting, Mike. I hadn't heard that. I want to look more into that.
Yep, if everybody's looking for a link to Lead Outcome, just log in to the site, or maybe Fritz, you've got your link that you wanted to put in the chat box to send out to everybody. But you can certainly find the link, and I think the resources there.
Yeah. It's like the third or fourth one down in the resource area on the site. And I could put my link someplace here. Let's see.
Yeah, and also drop your email in here if you want, and we'll make sure you get that link. But yeah, you're not going to find. Go take a look at lead outcome. There is a comparison between the various systems. For the price, you're not going to find anything to compare to it.
Type your message here. Let's see that.
That's an interesting question. I'll have to ask Will Berger, the CEO. That he lives here in Atlanta, and ask him if he has any feedback on that issue.
What's that? Oh, I think it's yeah. I think it's, yeah, here it is. Yeah.
I know somebody asked earlier if they had a recommendation between Pro and Premiere. Quite frankly, for the extra money, I would get Premiere because it gives you access to so many more features. I mean, they're getting ready to roll out a landing page wizard that will allow you to do A/B split testing, publish and unpublish. Have a lot more themes, and I've actually supplied some of the theme suggestions to them. So I think you're going to find over time that that will be your best bet, and still for the price. You're talking about 20 months difference. So.
Oh, here's a good one right here. FYI, Fritz's emails come to my primary folder in Gmail. So if he's sending using lead outcome, which I am, then it looks like it's getting around the promotional filter. How's that?
Fantastic.
Yes. Yes. Fritz, the click-through rate has an effective... without necessarily... yes, I sent emails out last evening and this morning, and so, you know, lead outcome's just not as well known yet, so maybe they'll have a little grace period. Who knows? Yeah, I'm sending emails out to lead outcome. When I go after clients in one of the niches, I'm using lead outcome, and I'll probably have to negotiate a deal with them because I'm getting close to my 10,000 contacts in there now, and so I'm sure I will, as a matter of fact. Particularly if I start doing more real estate lead gen, because that will be, you can get a lot of leads for them. I mean, you can get 300 or 400 a month pretty easy in a decent sized city. What Gmail learns, which email opens in direct sense, you're trying to open promo or no? Okay. Has anyone tried the new Rockstar Action theme? I have not yet. I've not tried it. It looks good though. Yeah, I really enjoy the different landing pages and all that, so I'm going to be incorporating different landing pages and backgrounds for the Nexus theme, and because that's what it's all about, you know, conversions. It's all about conversions, and you have to test. You have to test your landing page, but I think that the landing page I showed you before for just opt-ins is the best. Are the real estate leads you generate with AdWords better than leads generated through Facebook ads? Well, Yeah, lead pages. Yes, I've used lead pages. I have lead pages, so that's good. It's good for getting email opt-ins, not phone numbers. The phone number is small. It doesn't. Yeah, that's. Okay, let me. I just got the Primo Press lead gen theme. It looks good. You have action theme. It's good. A real estate leads better with AdWords. You know, I do not know about Facebook ads from paid ads on Facebook, how they convert or don't convert. I mean, I guess I'll eventually have to try that for lead gen, using pay-per-click ads on Facebook, and then getting them into a funnel and converting them. I don't know. I mean, I wish I knew somebody that did lead gen and just using Facebook paid ads. I would ask them, but I don't know anybody as to the conversion rate. I don't know. I mean, I know it's cheaper to get leads from Facebook ads. The pay-per-click ads are cheaper than Google and all that. So I don't know. Let's see. How does the fact that a seller's market in real estate changes the dynamics of lead gen? Realtors competing for properties. How does the fact that it's a seller's market in real estate? Well, as far as a seller's market or buyer's market in real estate, there's pros and cons to both. And some realtors are buyer agents and some aren't, and some like certain types of clients and some don't. So it's really the realtor and what type of client they're looking for. That's what I found. Buyer's agent, realtor are real good because they're really looking for leads. They're looking for buyer leads, and that's kind of what these people are. They're searching, but they're searching to buy a home eventually. So they're buyers. Anyone use Craigslist? Well, I do not, but I know some people, or one person that does use it every day. Uses automated software. It's complicated. That software is complex, and as far as I'm concerned, the jury's out how well it works producing leads and phone calls. So I'm holding off on Craigslist to really get into it full blown, generating leads until I see a system that really works as good as pay-per-click. Roger and Barry. Fame uses Facebook with realtors. Yeah, I remember that launch where Roger and Barry used Facebook to get leads for realtors. Again, getting a lead for a client or realtor is just the very, very, very start. It doesn't mean that much to get a lead for a realtor. It's just the very first step, because if they don't close any loans, they will not continue buying leads from you or using you. So they must close a loan. I mean, if they're paying you even $500 a month, and you give them 500 leads, but they don't close any loans, yeah, you can say it's your problem. You can't close a loan, but they don't care about that. They want you to do everything except be at the closing table for them. So the follow-up is the key to get their loan, to get their sales up. That's what I found. And without the follow-up, if you can have a follow-up with Facebook leads, probably work. Let's see, I have a system with lead gen via new feed ads through option to customize. We're setting up as it generates a lot of leads according to the. I have a system with lead gen via new feed ads through option to customize website. Similar to what you were setting up, it generates a lot of leads according to the developer. Well, it generates a lot of leads and you don't have to pay that much for them, then you just have to see how many you can close and convert to money. That's the bottom line. You just don't get caught up in the amount of leads. Get caught up in how much money goes into your bank account from the leads, because that's all that really matters, is how much money goes in your bank account from the leads. If none goes in, then the leads are worthless. Also, your introductory screen is everything else seeing different screens. Yeah, I've got my same screen here because I went through all the other. I didn't have many other screens here to go over. These are from past webinars. If you have a specific question, I could, bring up a different screen. Another hot niche, trucking job recruitment. Wow, that's a new one. That's a good one. Trucking job recruitment. Yeah, that's a good one. I never heard of it, but I appreciate that, Brian, for that hot niche, trucking job recruitment. See, those really, it's a niche within a niche. That's where the money is, and you just have to keep trying to find one of those. And thank you for telling us, but if you find another hot niche, keep it to yourself, Brian. That's my advice. What is your referral ID for lead outcome? You may as well get paid for my order. It is, I think I put it in there, but it's fthorpe.leadoutcome.com. It's just a subdomain, fthorp.leadoutcome.com. And
yeah, everybody, if you use that link, it should work for you. But Fritz, there's actually a referral ID, which is a number.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're asking about. But if you follow Fritz's link, it should.
Yeah, if you click on the link, it's supposedly supposed to go right to my ID, right, Jeff? I think it's supposed to. Okay. Yeah, it's and I guess we'll have to have, maybe a seminar on lead outcome eventually, because it's so important. And that's another plus with lead outcome, is that if you land a real estate agent with, say, 10 or 15 agents on the Premier plan, he can assign those leads to all those agents and track them. And it's got a whole division in there for affiliates and salespeople that have separate logins. So that's another giant plus when you're trying to sell a broker on this system. He can sit back and just watch all the leads, and he can divvy them up to the salespeople and see who's following up and who isn't. And I don't know if other autoresponder systems have that option. I don't know. Probably some do and some don't. They don't?
Well, the other autoresponder systems are not CRMs.
Right. Yeah.
They don't have that.
So that's a great that's a great tool for a broker with or a big real estate company. This real estate company right here has they have over 1,000 agents, and they have over 50% of the market here, and they're by far the biggest company in South Carolina. So they're huge, and that's the best kind of client to get. I mean, they're not like Remax or they're not that big, but they're big, and you only need one account. They're harder to close, of course, but you can always set up a site and do lead gen for their clients, which is what I do. I do lead gen for their clients in there, and let's see. Just want to get paid for my order. Thank you for that. Trucking job recruitment. Wow, that's a good one.
Well, I think that's it.
Great. Yep.
And we don't. Real estate plug-in's not going to be for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we got a lot to do with it. I'm just trying to get the interest and get a price point that people can afford. So just keep in touch. I appreciate everybody coming here. Tried to help you as much as we can. Good luck. Have a great day and a great week. Thanks, Jeff and Valerie. Oh, I got it. Let's see.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.